You kind of created your own little Sasha Fierce, persona that, when you're on set, you're able to like snap your finger and, you're no longer Brittany, you're somewhere else. You're something else. You're this superhero basically.
Yeah, because each of
And
these people are characters. So, like for example, if you're doing something commercial related, they're gonna want you to be like happy or pleasant,
mhm,
like whatever. Like you have to be whatever they're
mhm.
asking or what you think that it should be. But once again, if you're getting paid for it, you better be crushing it. Otherwise, they're gonna be mad that they spent that money on you. That's for any job. If you're hiring somebody to paint your house, and they like any service, if you're getting paid to do it or someone's getting paid to do it, they better be doing a great job at it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And let me turn my phone volume off. But I think one thing I don't want to get past is, you never know who you meet on set. I mean, now that I think about it, we met on set. We met on I forget that guy's, I forget his name, but it was a music video. I remember it was a music video. But then some years later, we're still here, we're still, connected. Um, you know, used to make moves in LA. I remember that as well. Shout out to the Willie Jones party, birthday
Oh yeah.
party.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
I know, it's crazy, right? That was such a great day. That was a lot of fun. So, you know, even going down memory lane, that's all in Los Angeles. And like you said, you were in Louisiana, then you went home. How did you transfer over to doing your thing in Los Angeles and making that jump?
Well, I mean, I wasn't doing much in Louisiana really. It just gave me like some motivation and confidence because like
Hmm.
typically, well, I'm just gonna say where I was from initially, like people weren't really looking at people that were above medium complexion. Like if you were considered dark skinned, people were like there. So I think me going to
Hmm.
Louisiana gave me that confidence because they actually embrace like deeper complexions out there in certain areas.
Hmm.
So people aren't focused on the superficial too. So that also gave me like natural confidence too. I know you're supposed to just have it, but like unfortunately sometimes people need to like experience somewhere else to get that. um, I came home and I was researching like how do I become a model? How do I do this? And so I had to keep looking up every one of my questions and reading all these articles and trying to figure it out because I think at the time YouTube didn't really have that many like videos related to what I was asking.
Hmm.
Like nothing really helpful. Or either that or I didn't think about it. Maybe I was just I don't know. But I learned that you could find. I mean, I think this was like 2015. So by then I realized you can search hashtags. So then I was like, okay, let me try to find like a makeup artist in my area. And so I was like going through all these hashtags, and this one lady kept popping up. So then I was like, okay, well maybe she'll collaborate with me. She said no, but further down the line, she saw that I was like making effort. She was like, you know what, this girl looks like she's actually trying. So she drove like 3 hours to come do my makeup collaboratively, and we didn't have a photographer or anything like that. We just got content on her phone,
Hmm.
and further down the line, as I got like a job, I was able to like start hiring her for my shoots, and eventually I worked for her brand for a little bit, like as one of her models, and promoted
Hmm.
her a lot, and then we became friends at the time. So that really helped because from other people seeing that one person was willing to work with me, that made other people be like, "Oh, she did a great job on her makeup. You know what? I think I want to do her makeup." So it took a while, but it's
Okay.
people have to have. I mean, you don't have to, but you either have to show people or people have to see somebody else that's of like I guess.
You got to get the ball rolling. You definitely have
Yeah.
to go above and beyond to get the ball. And this was in Louisiana at
No,
first?
this was in California.
Okay,
Palmdale,
so
Pastor.
yeah. So what I was saying at first is, how did you decide you wanted to go to Los Angeles? How did you make that transition? Were you just one day saying, I mean, I know I'm a model, so I'm just gonna pack up my bags and go to Los Angeles? Is that how it happened?
Didn't. So long story short, I had a friend. She knew something about modeling a little bit more than I did, and so I would
Hmm.
ask her questions and pick her brain. She connected me with some of the photographers that she knew, and so that helped a little
Okay.
bit. A couple other people found me through social media and were like, "Hey, you know what? Let's help you build your portfolio." Like, I remember a couple years ago, this wedding photographer reached out. We're friends now. He's cool. But at the time, I didn't know anything about finding like people to shoot with, but I had a good feeling. Sometimes you have to
Hmm.
trust your gut. I was like, you know what? I don't know this person. I don't have anybody to go with me to photo shoots because nobody was willing to. Like nobody wanted to go anywhere with me. So I kind of had to just show up places by myself and hope it was going to be fine. But there was a photographer that saw like my value for some reason because I had nothing going on at that time. But he was just like, hey, if you ever want to collaborate, I know some cool locations we could shoot at. And at the time I wasn't allowed to model. So I kind of had to like sneak out the house and stuff to go to shoots or like try to convince my parents that it was okay for me to go. And they're like, well, we don't know this person. Why are they willing to collaborate? I mean, why are they doing it for free? And I'm like, I don't have money. But it was funny. But it worked itself out. The pictures came out pretty decent for me not knowing what I was doing at all. He had used first time I did by myself. I take that back. So with that specific photographer, I think I was just trusting that I wasn't going to be in danger. Not like that, because you're showing up with strangers. You don't know every single shoot
absolutely.
that I go to. You don't know who you're meeting up with. I think at the time there was a like a music video casting that I had seen, and I was like, oh, let me see if I'm interested. If I could do it. I remember at the time, like I knew to at least ask questions about what would be happening. And I remember it was like me and 3 other girls. Couldn't find that video. I'm looking for it. But so sorry, let me fast forward. Long story short, I was asking questions about where we were going to be, who was going to be there. And because I was asking questions, the guy was like, hey, you know what? Because you're the only person asking questions, I will reveal to you who I am. So you at least know who you're talking to. Because most of the girls were just like, it's fine. I'll just show up. Like, I like to at least, if I can, figure out who I'm going to be meeting with just because it's safety. But anyways, long story short.
No, I was saying absolutely.
Yeah, because just going anywhere, I was just going anywhere. But long story short, that specific photographer had gone, I asked, because I didn't have anybody to go with me. I was like, hey, I'm going to, like, I'm going to be honest, I've been to so many people's houses, you don't know. So I was like, hey, would you mind coming with me? Because I don't know who I'm meeting up with. And so then once, the person appeared that I was supposed to be meeting with, I was like, okay, that's exactly who said they were corresponding with me. Okay, I'm good to go. But then after that, like that built that trust. And then we shot together a couple of times. We did like a couple street photography shoots and stuff like that. And then we did a beach shoot. But, sometimes you have to ask people because, you know what I mean? It's just in case, because you don't know.